Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, it's time for the VooDoo Chef Podcast, where we will discuss all things voodoo from the VooDoo Studios located right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. So to all my booties out there, if you're looking for nothing but a good time, this is the place to be. Call your friends, knock on the neighbor's door, and let them know it's time to party like a rock star for the next hour. Join me and my guests and learn to voodoo like we do as we discuss our faves and the voodoo that we use. I'll put our guests on the spot as we ask for their top 3, and make sure and listen as we discuss some of our favorite war stories from the kitchens we've worked in. Sit back, grab a tall glass of your favorite libation, and enjoy this episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast.
Let's do it.
What's going on, booties? A super cool first time ever Break the Record podcast. No, we are not here to break any Guinness Book of World Records. We're going to break down an album from start to finish. And what makes us the authorities? It's the VooDoo Chef podcast. We're the authorities in everything. Right, Big Eddie C?
That's right, because we said so.
That's it. And
ours is the only opinion.
it's our podcast, so we do what we want.
Our rules.
Hey, I do want to share something before we get started because I hold up my Jack bottle here on the podcast and everything, and I talk about going to your house and kicking it with that Sinatra Jack, which woo. But I hung out with my main man Spider today, and we caught a cup of coffee and got caught up, and I got handed this nice pretty box. And no, this is not a coffin for my Kiss dolls, action figures. This is a bottle of the brand new Blackened, Metallica's little take on whiskey here. Oh my God, such a heavy bottle. A blend of straight whiskey finished in a black brandy cask. And, such a beautiful bottle, such a beautiful gift. Spider, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that other than by popping it right here on the podcast. This is going to be fucking awesome. Thank you for that. And we're going to get this opening right now. Eddie C, we got golf coming up. We've got the VooDoo Hangout. We're doing Facebook Lives with the VooDoo Chef. We switched them to Wednesdays. Just good times, man. What's going on in your world?
Just back to work, man. Getting back in the groove and trying to stay safe and still pay the bills, man.
Got to pay the bills. Hey, Donnie T. Hey, Pelosi. Send us another check, man. That would be cool as shit. Hey, man, look here. The label says Blacken the World. I'm about to blacken VooDoo Studios right now.
Black at the bottom of your cup.
Check liver lights are not going to be red anymore. It's going to be black.
That thing's going to be fused out, man.
Holy cow, man. I am so stoked. It's got the little sound wave behind Blacken. And it says remastered by, as if it was actual music. And, we're just going to do this a la Jack Daniels, which means fill up a 20-ounce cup. And enjoy. Spider, here's to you, my friend. Thank you very much.
Bravo. Spider coming through with the top shelf hooch.
Absolutely, man. Hey, we got a great day planned tonight. We're going to break down one of the most classic, iconic albums, and we're just going to do that. I got to turn off my texts, They're just going to keep blowing up. We got people already in the room for trivia. I mean, we haven't even started recording yet, and people are popping in. I'm so stoked about today, man. We've never really dedicated one to music. We talk about music. Oh, it's going to be great. Eddie C, I got another story, man. So Angelina heard we were doing a music podcast. So she goes, "Can we do a best song ever podcast?" And I'm like, absolutely. She goes, I'll finally get to argue. Only the Good Die Young is the best song. I go, you'll be arguing until you're blue in the face, because that's definitely not the best song unless you're 19 years old. I'm just kidding. It's an awesome song, but it's not the best song ever. But I told her we'd do the podcast. And so now she starts really analyzing, oh shit, I got to come up with the best song ever. So guess what she tells me now is the best song ever?
Uh-oh. What's the vote now?
Girl Money by Kicks. So she starts reading the lyrics, and I think we can both agree that it's truly a 80s hair metal rock and roll song. Might as well been done by Steel Panther, your boys, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
So she begins writing an essay where she tells me that basically Girl Money is, it says something like, I work all week for my girl money so I can have my girl party. First of all, what's a girl party and why wasn't I invited? And then she goes on to say, basically that girl money is they have to work hard because girls get paid less than men. And it's an anthem arguing the fact that girls need to work harder, and the girl party is their way of celebrating feminism, and that it is actually a feminist anthem. And I'm sitting here listening to this going, this is fucking awesome. This is going to be fun. The best part is Marie's in the background going, are you hearing what you're saying? You are not doing this. This is not what that song's about. And Angelina and I are just laughing. And Angelina's like, Mom, what are you talking about? It is so an anthem for feminists. I went and made some popcorn, sat back, watched the show. It was awesome, man.
Wow.
It was fun. It was fun. Hey, let's get started.
I might be inclined to agree with her on the merits of the song, but that's a song about a working class dude blowing all his scratch at the T-bar, man.
Well, she definitely put her own take on it, man. And she was definitely writing in sarcasm and hyperbole, and it was funny as shit to me. Hey, let's bring in our first guest here, man. Old friend of the program, lead singer of the Slippery When Wet band, lead singer of Talented Losers, which is my favorite, lead singer of The Lovesick, Jason Morey. Jay, you checking in here? We got no video, old man.
Where's it at?
You got to click that video link on the bottom left hand of your screen, I bet. Share video.
Yeah, this ain't like the VCR you were taping Headbangers Ball on back in like '88.
Hold on, coming. Oh my God, dude, you can taste that those black brandy casks, man. Oh my God, that's good stuff.
Good stuff, huh?
Hey, while we're waiting on Jason, let me show you a copy of The Lovesick here. I got my copy of The Lovesick. Make sure you jump on, download that. Jay will tell us where we can find that. Hey buddy, what's going on?
Ooh.
Been a long time, man. How you feeling?
I'm all right.
Hope you got a cocktail.
Yeah, it's beer.
So I was just showing this. This is the last one you sent me. This is great. The first one?
Yeah.
You just had a new one come out, or it's coming out in a week or so?
The single came out yesterday. It comes out October 23rd.
October 23rd. And where can we find all your talented? Wait. I keep saying Talented Losers because this is one of my favorites.
That's another one, man.
This is one. Are there any of these left on the website?
Yep.
You got to pick this up, guys. Oh, you got to pick that up, guys. Where can we get Lovesick? The new one's coming out October. How do we find you? How do we grab them?
If you want it digitally and all that, there's the iTunes and the Spotify's and all that crap. A hard copy of it will actually have 2 extra songs, and so.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
So,
and you can get that off the Slippery site. There's a store in there.
And of course, the brainchild behind the entire Slippery When Wet project. We're lucky to have you in to break down we're calling this Break the Record, and we're going to break the record tonight. And you and I argue over Love Gun and Kiss as being the best Kiss album ever. So I decided we'd take a look at Love Gun tonight. I hope you're all right with that.
Okay.
We're going to bring in, you're our music authority. We're going to bring in Anthony DiCarlo. And Anthony went to Full Sail. And as he's coming in, he went to Full Sail. He worked up in New York doing some engineering, producing, all that little funny fun shit, whatever we want to call it. And, of course, I'm going to bet he doesn't have his video turned on either.
Wait, hello?
Yeah, turn that video on. We did this last week there, homie.
Is this a conference call? Hello?
It is. Get in there, man. So,
There we go.
we got the go-to authority on all the sound products here. And we were explaining a little earlier that why are we the ones who are able to do this? Because we fucking can. I did want to break out some old shit here. So, we had to break out the Strawberry Jam.
Wait, in a cassette format, though.
Cassette format.
Yeah, very nice.
These hang inside VooDoo Studios,
Jason.
by the way. Here's my Jason Moray pin. Got my Jason Moray pin right there. And these all hang inside VooDoo Studios. Here's my Anthony DiCarlo pin. Here's my Anthony DiCarlo. I have everybody.
You have the whole set?
I have the whole set, man. Here's my pen.
That's rocking Erik right there, man.
Damn.
Here's my Chemo Gray. And I just want to throw Chemo some love tonight. My J pin's over there along with the full band pin. But those were great times, guys. And I'm glad we're able to get together and do stuff like this. I definitely miss those times.
Yeah, man.
But tonight we're going to be talking about the end of the classic era of Kiss. The last album before everything started to go awry came out, I believe, 1977.
Yeah.
Top the charts. What's that?
June 30th, 1977.
It topped the charts at number 4, and I believe was their highest charting album ever. And we're going to take a look at Love Gun and just kind of talk about this album here. But, I don't know, Anthony, I'm just going to fucking call you Tony, dude.
Well, yeah, it only says Anthony because it's legally on my computer that way, so that's fine.
You can change legally. If you take the 3 dots and click it, you can change your name to make it say whatever you want.
I don't want to
You
do
can
that.
put anything.
You can put Mickey Mouse because you're sitting in the same spot you were at trivia.
I know, right? I'm in my mom's basement, dude.
Are you Wayne or Garth?
Whatever. Doesn't. Yeah. Right now, like Garth or Wayne, probably my hair's going crazy.
Jay, tell me about your first experience with Kiss as a kid.
Me?
Yeah.
So Love Gun was the first record I ever bought of anyone.
Ever.
The first album I ever bought, yeah.
Right.
And so, that it's held a special place. But I also just still think, I think it's the best Kiss record.
we have it. I'm still saying Kiss, but maybe we'll do Kiss next time. Tony, what about you, man? Tell me about your first experience, or when you
had it with my brothers because I had 2 older brothers, so basically Robin and Craig were both into Kiss and everything else that went with it. So I know Craig had the vintage poster of the Kiss with the snare drum that I got for you, that one on the wall originally. Yeah.
hanging on the wall.
And I remember as a kid, I think Craig got Kiss Alive, the first album, and I thought they were all girls because they had the long hair and makeup. But then he put it on, and I was like, whoa, that kind of thing. So yeah,
Definitely. The albums to me were definitely attention grabbers.
Yeah.
My first album that I heard was Alive 2, and I'll never forget. It is the Love Gun stage when you open up that double fold. And I may have just given away one of the trivia questions. But to me, that was just overwhelming. It was just amazing. It was over the top. And then the first album I actually heard, however, was Destroyer. I saw the picture of Alive 2, but we put Destroyer on, and, arguably their best studio album and just amazing. And from that point on, I was sold. That was 76. So when Love Gun came out, we were rushing to get it. me and my buddies, and thank goodness we had kind enough parents who would buy us that stupid shit.
You guys
And
were
then
all
I-
younger than me, so that's pretty cool. My parents weren't buying me shit.
Yeah.
You know?
What about you,
The
Eddie
album-
C?
Well, the albums I got when my uncle left a shitload at the house when I was 5. And it was 1973, and I didn't know where he went. Turned out later on, he'd gone to South America because he was dealing drugs. So
Yeah.
he left all the shit at my house, and my introduction to rock, I mean, Kiss, that was a year away from the first album, but my introduction to rock was just those albums. My parents weren't buying me anything because I was still fucking around with his Black Sabbath albums and, you know, the Doors, all that stuff. You know, Kiss came later, way later. I had a cousin who was really into Kiss, and when we would go visit, he lived in Tampa, still does, and every so often we'd come over to visit in Fort Pierce. So we'd hang out in his room, and we were listening to, I remember we were listening to the first Kiss album and Destroyer and Rock and Roll Over and Love Gun. And then, I don't know, man, it was either right around the time, I'm looking at the timeline, if you see my head going over it was either Dynasty or Unmasked. One of those was the last one he bought. And then, and this isn't to dump on anybody, he got very religious and threw that shit right out. He said, I got rid of them.
Probably
He
'cause-
believed in the idea that Kiss stood for Knights in Satan's Service.
It
You know?
doesn't?
They do.
It
They
doesn't?
do? Oh. Well, I'm thinking, like, if you've ever seen the movie Hereditary, like, all these old farts conjure up a demon because they want to be wealthy. So it's like, maybe it's a Gene Simmons life story. That's the only way, you know? I mean, evil is really fucking banal and boring if that's the case. So I was bummed. I was hoping he'd give me the damn albums, but it was like, fuck it. Later on, I just went out
Fucker
and
threw
bought
them away.
Right.
No, I went out and I remember the first one I bought was Creatures. So
We were going to do that one tonight, but just doesn't have
Like
the
two
power
songs.
of Love Gun.
No.
Even though Tony invested like 3 days listening to it.
yeah, right. You're like, it doesn't quite sound like the altar has a better sound, man. Anyway,
The Elder is one of my favorite albums, but we won't even go
different,
there.
yeah.
Hey, I'm just curious, you know, if you've seen, you know, Detroit Rock City, you know, Kids in Satan's Service, Knights in Satan's Service, whatever you want to think, you know, those crispy, over-the-top organizations where they're record burning and stuff like that. Did any of you guys have a friend's parent who was like that? Because I had somebody in my neighborhood who couldn't believe that I liked Kiss, that I listened to Kiss, and that I was allowed to listen to Kiss. And I was definitely judged because of it. No?
I mean, every kid that I knew, you know, it was like Kiss and Evel Knievel and, you know, whatever.
Well, by 77, the demo was 9 to 12, and they were becoming a family attraction at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump in here. And you know, no rhyme, no reason, just talking about the record, talking about the album. And we're talking about albums because when we had these things, we had albums. So side one, cut one, I Stole Your Love. Who wants to jump in? Any thoughts?
I think it's a good opening track on an album, for sure.
Yeah,
I
what
think so.
Yeah.
What made it pop, Tony?
Well, just because I mean, the way it kicks in. I mean, as far as I'm going through back different albums too. So I mean, they came from very polished of Detroit back to this, and it's more kind of raw, but still polished, but you know, in the studio. So it's a good opening track, poppy and bouncy. You know.
Jay, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier. What's your thoughts?
No, I mean, I actually think it's one of Kiss' better songs. I mean, it's a great opener. On the tour, they opened with it. It's a great opening song. It's got, you know, that kind of energy and the, you know, and the whole whatever. But yeah, you know, and I even think, you know, it still kind of holds up now. You know.
Yeah. It's got that Paul Stanley, man.
Eddie C?
What?
You know, look, it's great. I like it for the same reason Tony does. You know, for what they were and what they did, you had to come out with the quick track. You know, I saw an interview a few years ago. I don't even remember what it was. No, it wasn't an interview. I take that back. the Quiet Riot documentary, and Frankie Banali was like, dude, you got to come out left hook, right hook, just pummel people right from the jump, whether it's on an album or live. Don't come out with like slow stuff unless you're somebody that's you're that far ahead and you can get away with it. And Kiss, I don't think ever took anything for granted. They can say what they want about them, but they knew how to arrange an album song-wise. I'm looking at it right here because remember at that time we were all flipping albums. There wasn't no Spotify, there wasn't any CDs,
Right.
Shuffle. Like when you put that thing on, you played it end to end and then you flipped it. I look back and I think I Stole Your Love's a great opener. I mean, it's quick, it's galloping, it's got, you know, that bass that's just stomping and marching and looping around. But I'm almost surprised they didn't open with Love Gun. But it's actually brilliant that they kept it for side 2 to open that.
I love the guitar opening, and then it intensifies with the drums. You know, you get the main riff by itself, and then the drums pop in, and then everybody kicks in. And you know, I think it's a great opener. You know, I was gonna hold till the end, but Jay, you're exactly right. I think it still can hold up. And I'm going to tell you, I think this is my favorite song on the entire album. I think it's just, I like it better than Love Gun. Love Gun's probably a close second, but this song just has stood the test of time, and I think it's a great song, start to finish. I love the dual solo, and a great opener, and I'm disappointed that it wasn't the opener on the live album, that they rearranged the tracks.
Okay, phone ringing.
Is it for you?
No.
You better get it.
I'm in the basement. I can't touch anything.
That I believe.
The basement.
You have no idea. Anyway, no, but also you got to remember though, this is back when they made albums and they sat there and they thought of the order of the journey of the record, which is, I miss that, man. I still create playlists that way, but it sucks, man. I understand how it is now, but you got to go for that flow, you know.
So we go from Paul Stanley's "I Stole Your Love" to "Christine 16" by Gene Simmons. So Jay, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on "Christine 16"?
I'm generally not huge on Gene Simmons songs because I don't know, the lyric content and the whatever is generally crappy. However, this song, I mean, I think, you know, with the piano riff and the whole whatever, it's great. And this is the one that I told you the story of. So when they were recording, they were already having problems with Ace, and they brought in Eddie and Alex, and they played on the demos to this and one of the other songs on this, whatever. But you can hear on the vault. That's the only thing that he's put that version on. But if you hear Eddie's solo that he laid in there, like Ace literally did it note for note.
Wow.
And that's something that Gene said in some of the articles I've read. He was so happy with Eddie's solo, he wanted to make sure it stayed. I agree. It's scary how much we agree on this song. I'm not a Gene Simmons song fan at all. But there's something about this song, and it's musically, because the lyrics don't really excite me, but musically I think this song is just, it's top notch. I think it's really good. I love the harmonizer on the solo, you know, the octave pedal on the solo. I think that adds a lot, and it's just something so simple that creates such an amazing, bigger sound for that solo. And then, you know, I'm sure we're going to answer all the trivia questions as we go through, but the fact that it was demoed with the Van Halen boys, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Eddie C, any thoughts on this one? Tony?
Still stands the test of time. I love like these old school pedophile songs. I don't care.
Well, back, it's not a pedophile. Back then it was 16, you know, but
nobody, you know,
Depends on what stage you are and how old you are.
Look,
yeah, I guess so, right?
You can plow my fields of fucks, for they are barren. I have none to give you. I just, you know, I like the Simmons songs. I mean, my favorite Kiss song of all time is probably Shout It Out Loud just because of the traded vocals. But that's just me. I mean, I may tell you a different song tomorrow, but I just dig this song. I love the simplicity of it. Now, I'm going to point this out. The version I like the best is the original. They've remastered this twice. It's too clean, man. It's just too fucking clean. And that's just my 2 cents. I don't know. Tony, you did sound engineering stuff. I don't know if you've listened to the original and the remastered.
Yeah, I have it all on CD. Yeah, I guess that. Yeah.
It's just there's too much polish, and I enjoyed that about Kiss. Looking back at how the production was reflective of that time, it's kind of a time capsule thing. I hate a lot of modern production because I think everything is flatter than a pancake. The mid-range is all you have. The bass doesn't thunder. You know, the guitars don't scream. I know it can be done. I don't know why more bands don't do it. Maybe they're just stupid and they suck and that's it and there's no more discussion. But I just love that damn song. I mean, it's one of those ones that never fails to make me grin. I don't give a shit. Everything about it, just the simplicity, the tongue-in-cheekness, the naughtiness of it, everything works, man. It's quintessential fucking rock and fucking roll.
I think he goes to the well one too many times. That's just me.
No, but I mean, to me as a kid, I grew up with it as a classic because it's pop, man. It has that groove, so it has a hook, dude. That hook is good, man. Down, 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 down. Right away, you know right away what it is. Down, down, down.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But it's not a.
He takes from the
song.
Beatles, though. You know, he takes it from the Beatles right away. That's a Beatle kind of thing right there, for sure. That's why,
so
you know.
Let's go from one Gene song to yet another. Got Love for Sale. You know,
that's a Gene. Like, that's a filler. But you know what? What's cool about that song though is that drum fill is the same he does in Shock Me. Doom, doom. That's in that song.
Well, we are talking about Peter Criss, so.
Yeah, well, still, but it's the last album that Peter Criss played on too, fully too. You know that, right? Was that a trivia question?
I'm going to tell you, I think Anton might have played a little bit on this album.
No, apparently that's what I read in the liner notes, but from my memory. And Eddie Kramer did it with him too, so, which is awesome.
So, was this the only album that all 4 of them sang on? Or was there something?
No.
Okay.
It did on, no.
Black Diamond.
So,
Black Diamond.
Jay, what are your thoughts on Got Love for Sale? It's absolutely amazing.
I mean, it's stronger songs on the record, but, you know, it is what it is.
I think it is. We need to fill spot number 3. You know, what song do we have after Christine 16 that we can just throw away to make them like Shock Me even more?
Yeah, man.
I like it. I think it's underrated. I don't think the album slows down that much for it. I mean,
I just don't like the song.
It's okay. It's a filler. It's okay. You know.
But I mean, there's no song on that album that even hits 4 minutes. I mean, you're in and out in I think 33 minutes. It's great. That's what I love about it. You know, whereas Metallica was almost 80 minutes on Load. That thing was a load. You know, there was some serious fucking, you know, just stale dough on that. I don't think there's real, you know. We'll get to the last song. I'm gonna save my thoughts.
Speaking of Metallica, I'd like to give a big shout out to my boy Spider. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying some Blackened tonight.
Is that from them? Is that their bourbon or something? Oh.
Yeah.
Is it like a Jack Daniels or what?
Ish. It's aged in black brandy barrels.
Okay.
Blackened brandy barrels. So it's got a nice little flavor to it. Nice little flavor.
It's got nice little rosé.
Hey, let's talk about Shock Me. Let's talk about Shock Me. For me, you know, Ace Frehley was my favorite member. I always wanted to play guitar. The Ace Frehley poster with the smoke coming out of the guitar is the one that was on my wall as a kid. And when this came out, and, you know, we know he had written songs before but never sang them. For this to come out, this was just like the coolest track at the time for me, because this was the guy that made me want to buy a guitar, doing it all for the band. And I think it's just a hot track, start to finish.
No, it's great. I mean, it has that groove. I mean, Ace has a great feel, man. You know what? Ace, when he plays, he has that feel. You know, and Eddie Kramer talks about it too. When he plays his solos, he only does one take. He can't repeat what he did because it's a feel in the moment. That's what I love about him, man. He has
Jimmy Page, same way.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Both Les Paul guys. Maybe it's the guitar. I don't know.
Jay, any thoughts on this, man?
I mean, I think "Shock Me" is Ace's best song. So, you know.
Ever?
Yeah.
No. I mean, in Kiss or in general?
Ever.
Oh, Erik, come on, rock. There's some albums there. We like. How many hours, Erik, did we play the first Ace Frehley album?
Rock, Into the Night, Rock Soldiers. Come on, man, where are you at? I was thinking more like Dark Light. Dark Light. Or I was going to try to remember the name of the Tommy Thayer one and pretend to throw that out, but I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah. Anyway.
What's the name of the song? It's killing me, though. Into the Void? Is that Ace? I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
I love Into the Night, man.
Good whiskey.
That thing
Into the Night's a great song.
Yeah.
Whatever it comes on, man, I just
down.
crank that thing. Everything about it just works for me. The breakdown on it, the solo.
But Jay, how can you say it's his best song when his solo album, Rip It Out, Speeding Back to My Baby?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
No?
Rocket Ride, right? Rocket
Ride.
Oh, that's a great tune,
song.
dude. Oh.
Well, Gene might as well have written that one, though, right? All right. My second favorite song on the album, Love Gun's great. I said it's close to I Stole Your Love, but I absolutely love Tomorrow and Tonight. I know it was admittedly an attempt to recreate Rock and Roll All Night, but I just think the song I think it's fun. I think it's poppy. It's got a great vibe. It's got a great bounce. And it's a fun song to me. And, Jay, when you said your new album was going to be more poppy, I was like, shit, I hope it's more like this. Am I close?
No, he went to the other side.
It's a lot more poppy.
I heard today he went to the
other side. Is it a lot more poppy?
Yeah.
You talking Mexican? Oye, papi.
Erik
Oh, my God.
Dude, I can't wait to hear it, whatever it is. You put out great music all around, no matter what you're playing. I love it all, just so you know.
Yes.
And just so you know, this is all I've had, so, that's for reals.
What is that? What was that? Is that ginger ale?
No, that's Blacken.
I'm sorry.
Any thoughts on Tomorrow and Tonight?
Great pop song. Paul doing his thing. It's weird when you look at the Paul songs on this record. And we'll get in deeper or whatever. But it was obvious that he was listening to a lot more pop type, stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree for sure.
Great music. I don't think it matters what Paul writes. I like his music.
So now, I read today by doing a little research about that song, they never played it live until the cruise recently. Is that correct? You guys know that?
Correct. The one on the Alive 2 album was recorded at Soundcheck.
Okay. I didn't know that.
It was recorded at Soundcheck, and then they added the crowd noise after.
That's what I thought. Okay. That's kind
and all the other instruments?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That album's little replaced stuff now.
It's actually funny when they got done touring for Love Gun, they make the comment they had to go back in the studio to finish the Alive 2 album. It's like, now we know they got the fourth side, but come on, when they go in and they re-record every fucking instrument, come on.
Yeah.
It worked for them the first time, right?
Yep.
All right, here you go, Jay. Love Gun. Give it up.
I mean, Love Gun's a great song. That opening, think about another opening rock song that has just that, thunderous, snare drum with the guitars and whatever. I mean, come on. That's a song where you hear the first 2 seconds of it and you know what it is.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody.
Sounds good, yeah.
I can't listen to it now without thinking of it in that goddamn movie Role Models. It just makes me laugh, man.
All right.
Oh, I've never seen that movie.
You'd like it.
Oh, it's funny. It's good.
The two idiots trying to mentor these kids because it was like part of their probation, and the one dingaling, the one that played Stifler in American Pie, mentors this kid, and he's explaining to him what Love Gun is, and it's just funny as shit. And then they play it in the closing credits. So plus you'd like it because there's the culminating scene is like this cosplay thing. It's like that, whatever Dungeons and Dragons Renaissance Fest shit they do in the forest, but they show up dressed as Kiss. So it's worth it for that.
It's fun.
You reminded me of another skit. I've never seen that, but I'm going to watch that movie. You reminded me of another skit. I think it's the guy from In Living Color, Greer.
David Allen Greer, yeah.
He does a skit called Black Kiss, and he claims to be the original Kiss, and it was 4 black dudes, and this band was driving through town and stole their gimmick, and he's talking about Sue and Gene and Paul and Ace, and I've only seen it once. I haven't been able to find it. So if anybody out there watching this can find it, please DM me so you can give me a copy of that. It's pretty damn funny. Love Gun, I think it's an amazing song. I think it's a highlight of the set. Ed and I were at a show. We were, not too far away from the second stage where Paul came out to. When I went to the final tour, whatever they're calling this thing, Angelina and I got our tickets right next to that stage. Actually met Doc McGee. Doc McGee walked out during the song. Everybody's up at Paul, and I'm like, holy shit, that's Doc McGee. I walked down and talked to him for a couple seconds during the song, and he was just there making sure Paul was good and everything, doing his job. But it's a highlight of the set. Great song, and definitely I think stands the test of time. Definitely. I love the solo in that song. The guitar solo in that song is amazing. All right, let's fly through some of these because our trivia people are like ready to play trivia. Pointless pop culture trivia. We got people lining up for this shit. It's pointless. Jay, how you gonna do in trivia tonight?
Good. I don't know. Depends on the question.
I want to trade in.
We've answered about 5 of them already.
He's trying to be all modest.
I would like the curtain too, please.
All right. Hooligan. I think he's got a fun vibe, but it's a Peter song. I mean, and that's all we got to know, right?
It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Terrible. It's not I Got Love for Sale.
I like it. That's my hidden gem of the damn album. I don't give a rat's ass what anybody thinks, man. I fucking dig that song.
A little trivia, making sure it's not in our questions here. Co-written by Sean Delaney, who also claims to have co-written Love Gun with Paul Stanley, and there's actually a battle about that.
Nice.
All right, the absolute worst song on the album, or maybe second worst. It's a tie between Almost Human and Plaster Caster.
Almost Human isn't that bad, though. It's got a cool group.
Plaster Caster's better than Almost Human, but Almost Human is like Gene Simmons is believing his own character or persona.
But, hey, man, it's a Kiss song with Kungas in it, dude. They got Kungas in it.
They do.
They do. It's like,
what's that, Jay?
It's got a groove to it. That gong at the beginning, come on.
Yeah, gong, and the Kungas like Peter Chris is playing percussion.
It is like such a sad attempt at God of Thunder. It's Tomorrow and Tonight of the God of Thunder.
No, God of Thunder's more. I mean, it's got a little more shuffle to it.
It's got Kungas in it.
Fun to play. It's real fun to play. Don't like Gene Simmons song. All right, Plaster Caster.
All right.
Yes, it's the worst song on the record.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's
second worst.
Oh, man.
I Almost Human's worse to me. Plaster Caster's just stupid. Fun to play. But you like Plaster Caster?
I dig that song.
Do you like it because of the history of it or because of the song?
Or the lyrics? Do you like the lyrics of the song?
History-wise, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'd admit in a public forum I dig a song about some chick making paper mache of some dude's Bozak. But I dig the song. I don't know, I don't think we'll ever know the truth of that, whether or not she did. Half these people, I don't know if you can trust them, like the Cynthia Plastercaster chick or Gene Simmons. I don't know. Gene probably did ask her to do it. And she didn't
End of the
want it.
day, I just did or didn't do. I think it's a horrible addition on the album.
But I like that shit. I like immature creepiness songs.
I like the lyrics as they load in the caster for the blaster.
Yeah, that's, metaphorical.
Is that even what it says?
I don't know. It sounds better than probably what he wrote, probably, but it's okay.
Listen,
Sorry, James.
I like that.
Aren't the lines for "Got Love for Sale" and "Plastercaster" the same?
Pretty much.
I don't know.
You got to remember. A few years ago, one of my students, he says, "Carmack, I got this song that reminds me of you that you're probably gonna like it." And Jay might know it because Jay's got this 360. Tony, I might give you credit. Erik doesn't know it. And it was a song by Bloodhound Gang called "A Lap Dance Is So Much Better When the Stripper Is Crying." I like horrible things like that.
I don't know that song.
Just hateful shit that makes
Carmack, ladies and gentlemen.
Because I laugh at these things. I mean, so I like Plastercaster. So, folks, if we want to have a discussion on the worst song on the album, you might as well go on, put me down for number 10. That can fuck right the fuck off. I'm gone, done, dead. No, I don't cover girl group shit. Twisted Sister did the same fucking thing with Leader of the Pack.
Well, that was horrible.
Yes, and so was this. Can't do it. I can't.
All right, real quick thoughts on "Then She Kissed Me," Jay.
I don't hate it. It's not great. For some reason, it reminds me of "Do You Love Me" in that same vein. You know what I mean? But
the sound
I can see that.
In closing out the record, and it's obvious to some degree that that's what they were going with. But I mean, it's not terrible. But I mean, it's. I could see diehard rock people being like, "Yeah, this sucks."
Why did they do that? Is there any history behind that song? Why he did that? I couldn't find anything.
There was, from what I read, there was another Paul song that was going to make it, but they went with this instead. I think it was at the record label's decision. I could be wrong, but when you look at it holistically, are they trying to remake Destroyer? Is that what this was an attempt at? I mean, you got the follow-up to God of Thunder. You got the follow-up to Rock and Roll All Night. I mean, whatever. That's not. But, who knows? Who knows? And we're sitting here critiquing guys that are worth $500 million. So, who the fuck are we? We're the guys that buy the records.
That's true.
All right, last one, and real quick. If you could change the lineup because of today's formatting, would you change anything, Jay?
You're saying the song order?
Yeah, because of formatting today. I mean, it's not like back in the day, we put the needle on the front and listened to it start to finish.
So
would it matter?
Today, and not as a record, let's say as a CD or a download, yeah, they would have buried.
Yep.
Like That Love for Sale would have got buried at the end.
Yeah.
And then they probably they wouldn't have saved Love Gun until song 6. That would have been like 2, and
Tony, you agree?
Yeah, because now it's all about the hit. So what hit that brings you in? But yeah, I mean it's playlists. It's all singles, and it's completely different. But
Eddie C, any thoughts on that?
Nah, I wouldn't change it. It's just it works the way it does. I mean, there's really the only song I just out and out don't want to listen to ever again until I'm sniffing a pine lid is that fucking girl group one at the end. So I like everything else.
Spector,
I don't give a shit. What?
Phil Spector wrote and produced that.
I don't give a
The Wall of
Sound. Y'all
Sound.
can take a flying fucking rolling donut over that song. I can't stand it. There's nothing about it I like.
I gotta tell you, if it were me, I definitely would have put "I Got Love for Sale" number 1. just right at the front.
I could see that.
Not really. Not really.
I
I hate that song.
I don't know how or why that goddamn Crystal song made it on there. I didn't like it when the Beach Boys covered that fucking song either.
Angelina loves it. Hey, let's
Oh.
bring in some friends, man. Let's bring in some friends and see what we can get going here. So coming in, we got Jody Stanley all the way from Portland, Oregon, if she's still with us. Living out there, living the dream. Joining us for a little pointless pop culture trivia. We've got Carl Miller, chef extraordinaire, coming in. Hi, Jody. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Carl's popping in. We're waiting on his audio. And I'm waiting on your video. I'm sorry. And joining us for the first time ever, Mr. Corey Canfield.
All right.
Waiting on him. All right, here they come. Here they come. Carl, check out and coming back. You still there, Carl?
I'm working on it.
There's Carl. What about Corey? Corey, we got you coming in?
Carl's moving around a little bit. Did you mount the iPhone on your Harley? Are you riding down the road?
Corey, we got you.
Action trivia.
I can hear you. Can you see me?
You got to click that video, my man. Click the share video.
Okay, hold on here. Share.
All right, so let's do some quick introductions. My friend Jody Stanley from Portland, Oregon, my go-to coffee guru. If I need any questions answered, she is def the one. Welcome. Carl Miller, chef of assisted living facility Atria, former Outback, former Taco Tuesday, Tijuana Flats, and Corey Canfield. What's going on, brother?
Good, man. How you doing? Good to see you.
And Corey is a chili extraordinaire from Hillbilly Chili, not to mention lead guitar player of Republican Hippie. What's going on?
Hey, man. Glad to join you guys. You said Kiss and Trivia. I'm in.
Well, tonight we did a lovely podcast we called Break the Record, where we broke down the album Love Gun by Kiss. So we're going to partake in a little pointless pop culture trivia tonight, featuring questions about Kiss.
Oh.
And
I'm going to owe you lots of coffee.
please remember, 2 rules to pointless pop culture trivia. Please, no cheating. And as always, we must have a cocktail. So if you have your cocktails, and we are not cheating,
No cheating.
We'll get ready to begin. Ed Carmack is the keeper. He will decide who rings in first. To ring in, you simply shout out your name. So if you know the answer to the question, you shout out your own name. Ed Carmack will call on whoever he heard first. And please no answering before he calls your name, or you will suffer the gator paw. And we will determine if your question is right or wrong. We'll total up the points, and by we, I mean Ed, because I suck with numbers unless it's dead presidents. And we will determine a winner. And as always, tonight's winner their name will be entered into a drawing, and they will be eligible to win the opportunity to be selected to win a prize that will be named at a later date. So, if you are ready, we will begin pointless pop culture trivia, Kiss style. Question number 1. Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley actually switch roles on a couple of songs. Gene plays guitar on the track and Paul plays bass on the track. Please name the track and who played what.
I don't know that. That's all.
Yeah, I know they did that. I don't know which one.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I was disappointed in 2 of you.
I'm trying to think.
I should know it, but I don't.
So Jody, Carl, I'm super disappointed that you guys don't know that. So Paul Stanley actually plays bass on Love Gun. And Gene Simmons plays guitar on my second favorite track, Almost Human.
Wow.
Okay.
So we have a tie score at the present moment. As of now, everybody's name will be entered into the drawing. Question number 2. And as always, we will be running through about 638 questions. Question number 2. Kiss's Love Gun album was the first album in which all 4 members of the band did what?
Tony. Sing.
Little more specific there, homie.
Well, each have a song. They solo on a song.
They each sang lead vocal on a song, the very first album.
Sorry, yeah.
It is true.
Lead vocal, sorry.
Lead vocals.
Yeah.
We have a leader. We have a leader. Carl, at any time, just jump right in.
Oh, yeah, we'll be all over this.
Yeah.
What famous duo played on the demo version of Christine 16 and Got Love for Sale?
Jason.
Jay.
Eddie and Alex, you know.
Eddie and Alex Van Halen.
Yes.
And I'm sure we'll have a couple more of those. Jody, I thought your name was all over that. You know, you're at least on that coast. No?
Yeah. One state up. You know.
They're West Coast boys. All right, question number 4. Some say it was a way to help him hit the high notes, but what was the real reason Ace was laying on his back while he was singing in the dimly lit studio? We're talking about the lead vocals on Shock Me.
Jason, he was drunk, right?
Good answer.
Sorry.
I like that.
Did he say he was drunk?
Yeah.
When wasn't he?
He was injured.
True.
When was it?
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Was it? Did he have vertigo?
Anybody?
Did he have vertigo?
I thought he was injured.
He was shy, and he did not want anyone to watch him sing. It was his first time singing lead vocal.
Oh, I need a drink.
And he laid on his back so even Eddie Kramer couldn't see him.
I didn't know that.
I had read that he did it because he didn't really like the way he sang, and he didn't have the talent that most singers have. So he sat down to feel the pressure on his chest and to force himself to go against it. Because if you're laying down, you got gravity kind of pushing on you. So, but I'll buy he was shy. What the fuck do I know?
I read
I'm
the
going to
same
go with
thing.
Jay's answer. He was drunk.
I read
Yeah,
the same
I think
thing.
Jay should get credit for that. You know.
Hey, you're the keeper of the points there.
I'm going to give it to him. Who the hell's going to argue that one? I mean,
Dude, when it comes down to the prize
in
drawing, it
77?
may or may not happen.
Eric,
May have some pushback.
do you remember going in his dressing room? Was it you and I and JP? Who all went in his dressing room and we're hanging out with him in his dressing room?
We
Remember
all did.
we all went, but he was all
Yeah,
leaning
yeah.
against the wall. He wasn't drunk though at that show. Pretty
Okay.
loud. Well, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Who knows?
You know, he's sober now, too.
Weighted down with that Cokes.
I'm drinking iced tea.
yeah.
But
Question number 5. The song Shock Me was inspired by a time when Ace Frehley touched an ungrounded guard stair rail during a concert. The show was delayed for over 30 minutes. In which city did the show take place?
Corey.
Jason.
Jay.
Lakeland.
Lakeland, Florida.
One.
Lakeland, Florida. True.
Right up the road.
Yeah.
Question number 6. Which song off of the Love Gun album? God, I can't write.
Gene Simmons.
Which has been played at every tour since and is the first song that Paul Stanley wrote, arranged, and produced in its entirety.
Jason.
Jason.
It's Love Gun.
It is Love Gun.
It is Love Gun.
It's been played at every tour since. All right, we're on question number 7, and we have 14 total. What's our score there, Eddie C?
Jay's got 4. Tony's got 1.
Jody, what's going on out there in Portland?
Not much. Lots of fire.
Still hot?
Well, yeah, but the state's burning. So
Oh, geez.
Wait a minute. This isn't because of the guys who did the gender reveal party in California, right? Oh, no, yours are the people who are just lighting shit on fire.
Not even that. There's actually, just in the last 3 days, an onslaught of forest fires. Starting
Holy
up
cow.
Yep. Mandatory evacuations for a plethora of counties north of the airport, or south of the airport, excuse me.
So I heard they might be evacuating downtown because there's fires there too.
There's been a lot of, they should have evacuated downtown 101 days ago, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Carl Miller, while we're on intermission here, what's going on, Atria? You guys opening back up? Governor might be opening back up soon?
We're allowed scheduled limited visits.
Does that include from vendors? Am I allowed to come in so I could eat those ribs that you made the other day that looked fucking amazing?
You have to, no, not really.
All right, well then fuck that. We gotta call the governor and fix that. Corey Canfield, last time you made some badass chili.
Actually, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Me and a bunch of praisers went to Treasure Island for a couple days, and they demanded I bring chili, and I brought chili, and it was awesome.
I hope it had some voodoo in it, even though I know it didn't.
Oh, it always has voodoo in it.
You're a rock star, brother.
My mom has some chili for Jason in the kitchen. You know that inside long time ago.
Yeah, actually, voodoo, dust, and dirt are secret ingredients in my chili.
Dude, we appreciate that love.
Very cool.
All right, let's keep moving here. Question number 7. The album cover art for Love Gun was painted by the same artist that painted the cover for Destroyer. What is the fantasy artist's name?
Sanfuan Frank.
Jody. Carl.
It's not Picasso.
His name is Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly.
You can't read it.
All right, this one anyone should be able to get. Before the release of the album Love Gun, a Gallup poll indicated what about Kiss?
Jason, they were the biggest band in the country.
They were the most popular band in the United States, beating out Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, and the Eagles.
Excuse me.
We got a runaway here. We got a runaway, guys.
She's a little runaway.
Different. How many times do you play that, Jay? Is that in every set?
Yeah. I mean,
it's still
It
great.
pays the bills, man. But I hear you got to be tired.
Dude, you know, it started open up for Jedi too, Jay. So we used to play that as an opener for Jedi. It started there. Oh yeah, it started there with Kima on the little keyboard. And that club in Clearwater, I don't know the hell club, whatever that shithole was.
ML Chasers or something.
Daddy Warbucks or some shit.
Man.
Jay, what's it like playing it night after night after night? Honestly, I mean, how hard is it to get up for that?
I mean, I don't have a problem with Runaway. I mean, it's not one of my favorite songs, but it is what
What's your favorite song to play when you're with Slippery?
It wouldn't be a hit. I mean, you like the reaction from the hits, but I mean, it'd be something like Blood on Blood or
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
I don't know, Captain Crash or something.
You guys ever do anything off 7600 at all or no?
In and Out of Love, Tokyo Road.
Oh, you Tokyo Road? Okay, that's cool. Sorry, that's an album. He doesn't play anything off that album really.
Did you ever play anything off of the soundtrack to the Western movie that I can't remember the name of?
Blaze of Glory.
That.
Young Guns.
Dude, I was just trying to be part of I don't know any Bon Jovi albums. I got mad love for you, man. I love what you're doing. I love that you're killing it, man.
I love it.
Currently not, but yeah.
Yeah, man.
Nobody is, man. No one is. I know it doesn't make you feel any better, but we definitely feel for you. I'd love to get you and Casey on a podcast together and talk about how bad it really is out there for the music scene. It's tough, man. Events all around. All right, let's go to question number 9. Plaster Caster was inspired by Cynthia Plaster Caster, who is famous for making castings of famous musicians' male parts. Which member of KISS did she make a cast of?
Carl.
Oh,
Carl,
Eddie
take a
C.
stab, baby.
Gene Simmons.
Eddie C, are we giving him the point?
Yeah, because that's the commonly held belief, man.
That is the commonly held belief, but as he alluded to earlier in the podcast, who knows whose story we're going to believe. Cynthia Plaster Caster denies that it ever took place. So there is a question out there as to it, but Carl was awarded the point by Big Eddie C. What do we got scores-wise, Ed?
I'm on the board.
Jay's got 5, Tony and Carl got 1.
With only 498 questions left.
Oh, yeah, we're in the home stretch, baby. We're in the final quarter of the Derby.
All right, the Love Gun stage added hydraulic risers next to the stairs for entry at the beginning of the show, in the stage at the front for the end of the show, and for Peter's drum kit, which might have well been described as an elevator. What album is this stage featured in as a center fold-out?
Corey.
Oh, snap! He beat
That
Which one is it, Corey?
Alive 2?
Corey is on the board with Alive 2.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yes.
Not really. There's only 3 questions left. 4. And depending on Ed's ruling for this, we'll see. Who played piano on Christine 16?
Eddie Kramer. I think it's Eddie Kramer.
Who played piano on Christine 16?
Did I hear a name?
Oh, Tony, Eddie Kramer.
Tony.
Sorry. That's right,
Who's
right?
Eddie Kramer, and are they going to answer? Eddie C, are we giving credit for that?
You know what? That's what it says on Wikipedia, so I got to give him
He did.
credit there. Not that Wikipedia is a fountain of truth, but we talked about this earlier.
Yep.
I mean,
According to my research, Gene did not like the way Eddie played it, and he went back and played it himself.
that's another one we'll never get the fucking truth on. This is like the grassy Noel Gunman shit with the JFK assassination. We're never going to fucking know.
It depends
I think the guy with $500 million gets the nod.
Exactly. So who said that? That was Jay?
Yeah,
Tony got that point.
Oh, Tony got that. Okay. I'll give him that.
All right. Question number 12. Who is the original performer of Then He Kissed Me?
Corey.
Corey.
God, I just had it. The Crystals.
Yeah, good job.
I am very excited, man. Great job. I thought only my daughter knew the answer to that one. All right, what's the rundown here, my friend? Give us some points.
Jay's got 5. Tony and Corey got 2. Carl's got uno.
Question number 13. What band opened for KISS on the Love Gun tour?
Tony?
Tony.
Is it Cheap Trick?
It was Cheap Trick.
Look at that. I got it. There you go. Yeah.
Cheap Trick opened for every show except the last 2.
Yep. Okay. Good.
Bonus question. Who opened the last 2 shows for KISS on the Love Gun tour?
Corey.
Corey.
Van Halen.
Great guess, but incorrect.
No.
It's 77. So wait. Tony, is it Rush?
Another good guess.
Not Rush.
No. The answer is Styx. Styx.
That's too damn hard.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Last question. Winner take all. For the chance to have your name entered into a drawing where you could be selected the winner of a prize that may or may not be named at a later date. Name the KISS record label at the time of Love Gun.
Jason.
Jay.
Casablanca.
Casablanca. But I love the mental process. Casablanca, wait, I got to say my name.
Casablanca?
It was Casablanca. And guys, I really appreciate Carl and Jody are like, why the fuck am I here?
It was awesome, though.
They're
Hey,
making
guys.
a movie about the album.
Always
so.
have a glass.
About what?
I said they're making a movie about the company Casablanca.
Are they really?
Yeah, the owner of it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got lots of jokes. I'll let them go. Hey, guys, I appreciate everybody coming in tonight, and I look forward to the next time. I hope you guys all come back for another round of Pointless Pop Culture Trivia and the Voodoo Chef podcast. Anybody want to throw out some social media posts? Jay, give us to them real quick. One more time.
What?
Everything. How do we find you, man?
Oh,
I want everybody to be listening to the Lovesick.
Yeah, the Lovesick Band on Instagram.
Spotify. It's on Spotify.
Yeah, it's on all digital, whatever. But yeah, the single's out. Video will be out Friday.
How do we get a hold if we're Slippery and Wet Band?
Slipperyandwetband.com.
Guys, hit them up. Tony, how do we get a hold of you? You still hiding in Mom's basement?
Yeah, I'm just in the basement. That's all.
Just in the basement hiding out? Carl, how can we tell us the gram page, man, so we can check out all the lovely creations you're making?
Carl Miller 10355.
Carl Miller 10355. Corey, any way we could check out Hillbilly Chili anywhere or catch up with you?
We're looking at January will be Plant City's nearest event, unless you have one.
I wish, my friend. Hey, you can come over to the back patio of VooDoo Studios and we can make chili anytime you want. We do Facebook Live every Wednesday for the
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck, halfway hangout. I don't know what the fuck we call it. We just hang out and cook and then eat. Jody Stanley,
Yes.
we got to get you doing the coffee podcast again. So make sure everybody go back, check out the VooDoo Chef podcast with Jody, where we do nothing but talk coffee. Make sure you're safe. Make sure you get back to Tampa sooner than later. And guys, Big Eddie C, as always, my man, we'll see everybody in a week. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, thanks, man.
And there you have it, Voodies, another episode of the VooDoo Chef podcast. Let's give a big shout out to everyone involved with VooDoo Chef and all things voodoo, starting with Woostoff Knives, the official knife of the VooDoo Chef. And jamming up and down the streets of all Ybor City and Tampa Bay, Ragged Old Souls. Thanks for letting me jam with you guys. And when those amps are cranking, the turntables are definitely spinning thanks to the official DJ of the VooDoo Chef, DJ Don Pablo. Check him out spinning all across town, most importantly, at all VooDoo Chef events. Speaking of events, getting ready for yours? Check out VooDoo Chef Catering, custom created events for every shape and size. Log on to VoodooChefCatering.com to get your information today. A great big shout out to all my Voodies that are in the VooDoo crew. Thank you for your support. And of course, we could not do what we do in the crew without all of our crew sponsors. First Watch, Chef Shane Shively, thank you for believing in our mission. And of course, we can't forget VooDoo Mortgage. For all your mortgage needs, check them out at VooDooMortgage.com. Alessi Bakery, a Tampa staple. Drop in and check them out today. And our newest sponsor, Twisted South Food Truck. Chef Adam Jessup, thank you for what you do. And of course, all things voodoo are in support of the VooDoo Chef Foundation, providing culinary scholarship and feeding those in need. To find out more information or make a donation yourself, log on to VoodooChefFoundation.com today.